Hey everyone, Raptorspank here, and today we've got another Pauper Flesh and Blood video coming for you. So, I know I've been doing a lot of housekeeping at the start of the episodes, but I figured this one did need a fair bit of a update, essentially, because a couple of things have happened since we recorded this video. So, this is the Commoner Pauper video we promised, where we were going to take the two decks we built, Briar and Lexi, and put them up against each other. So, that's what we did. We put them against each other. They're the exact same deck lists that we built in those videos, but a number of things have happened. First of all, the obvious change, Ball Lightning got banned. Also, the way Briar works got changed, not banned, but now she only creates one embodiment of Earth instead of multiples, but at the time of filming this video, she still created multiples, and the Ball Lightnings are still in the deck because they hadn't been banned yet. But Commoner as a format has also changed. Now instead of being commons only, so Pauper like this video and these decks are, they now let you use 6 rares, up to 6 rares. So you don't have to use all 6, but you can use up to 6. So I just wanted to give a quick deck update on the Briar video, or on the Briar deck specifically, because a couple of cards got banned, and since we're going to be showcasing it in this video, I also kind of wanted to say what we would do to change the deck now that Ball Lightning has been banned, and we also took that opportunity to kind of get rares into the deck too. So I'm just going to go over a quick update on this. And also too, I still have a lot of Pauper games in the works. I think I have at least 3 more recorded matches, so I'm probably just going to try to get those out really quickly, not even bother doing the slides on them, which I haven't done for this one either. I'm going to kind of reevaluate whether I'm going to be doing the slides for future videos. Maybe I only do it for very specific special ones or whatever, but it has been slowing down the editing process a bit, and since those videos are now no longer accurate to the Commoner format, and they are now Pauper, I'm probably just going to try to get them out really quick so we can get to more updated Commoner decks and gameplay. So, without further ado, changes to the Briar deck. We're down the red Ball Lightning, down the yellow Ball Lightning, and then for getting those rares in and kind of making the deck a lot better, I've gone down the 2 yellow Bramble Sparks, and we also cut the Warmonger's Recitals because that was always the worst card in the deck because it cost more than 0. It was the only card in the deck that did. So we're upgrading that with a better rare non-action spell while also fixing another issue that came up with Ball Lightning being banned. And because of these changes, we've also gone down the Mark of Lightning. I think there's still arguments to run it. I think if you like Mark of Lightning, you can definitely keep running it. If you're someone like me and you bought a cold foil Mark of Lightning, maybe you still run it. But there is a pair of gloves that we think is a little bit better now that we were kind of hemming and hawing during the podcast episode as well. Now, our first rare, we're going up to Snatches. Big reason here is 0 cost attack, 4 power. It's got those important hits, essentially, that we were looking for in those decks. And it has this awesome upside that if it hits, you draw a card, which is really, really good. The problem being, it doesn't have Go Again. So, how much can we do with that drawing a card? Well, we can often give Snatch Go Again using a number of other things, and we even have more ways now. But essentially, we can give it Go Again a lot, or we can always just use that at the end to give us more options for arsenaling a card. And often, too, if we can give this Go Again, I mean, drawing a card is going to be insane because most of our attacks everything costs 0, so we can play whatever we draw, too. So, just seems like the obvious include. Now, the much weirder attack that we've added in is we've added in Overload, which is a 0 cost 3 power attack, but it has Dominate, and if it hits, it gains Go Again. So, I've been very critical on this attack before, but James and I have been discussing a lot of options like Frontline Scout, Cadaverous Contraband, both of which gain Go Again if you play them from your, or not Cadaverous, Fervent Forerunner. Both of them gain Go Again if you play them from your arsenal, but they all have 3 power, which kind of sucks, but there really isn't any 4 power red cards that cost 0 that are left at this point. So we kind of have to go down on power, and I've always been critical on Overload because it has Dominate, but it gets fully blocked by a normal attack action, so who cares? And if you do that, it's not going to gain Go Again, most likely. But the big thing is it has a way built into it to gain go again, which was one of the big things with all the attacks we chose previously, is that they all had some inbuilt way. And this hitting to gain go again has a much higher chance of giving you go again, I feel, than having it come out of the arsenal, because you can only have one card in the arsenal, and if we keep adding in new cards that require that, it definitely causes a lot of issues. So this is a totally separate one that doesn't have to care about whether you drew it for turn or whether you arsenaled it last turn. And there's a lot of ways to pump this, which then makes it a lot better, especially when we're bringing in the new pair of gloves, which pumps this. So with things like Nimblism and Minnowism staying in the deck, those all work on Overload, and that should make it a lot stronger and a lot more likely to hit. So that's why we went with the 2 of those. And then for the non-attack actions, where we're just kind of upgrading the weaker ones we've had, we had one big issue come up. By losing 4 Ball Lightnings and going up for generic attacks, we're now down 4 Lightning cards, which is kind of critical for our Entwined Lightnings and other Lightning synergies or Lightning fusing synergies. So we want Lightning cards here, and because we can add rares, we can actually bring in 0-cost non-attack action cards that are really, really good. And we can bring in reds, so now our Ravenous Rabble is going to get even better, because as you've seen here, we've dropped a yellow Bramble Spark, and we lost the yellow Ball Lightning. So that's 2 of our yellow pips, or 4 in total, that have gone down, and we're replacing them all with reds. So our Ravenous Rabbles have actually gotten better with the list now. And so the first 2 is Flash. This is essentially the same thing as Lead the Charge, except it's a lightning card, so it can also fuse with our lightning fusions. So really, really solid card, and this will work with things like Snatch, etc. to give go again, and obviously the red one's the only playable one in this case because it's 0 or greater. Anything above this would be unusable on our deck. So the red one's the best one to use anyways, and it just gives us an extra copy of Lead the Charge to make sure that we can give things like Snatch go again. And finally, Weave Lightning, because this is just a great 0-cost pump spell. It gives our next lightning or elemental attack +3, and if it's fused, it gains go again. That part really doesn't matter, because if we're fusing something, it already has go again, for the most part. The only place where this is going to be particularly relevant is if we go Weave Lightning, Arcanic Shockwave, fusing it with something else in hand, maybe like the lightning attack that costs 0, the Lightning Surge. So in a case like that, then we can give go again to our Arcanic Shockwave. So that's like the only place where that's going to matter, is if we have a second card to fuse off of. But the big thing is it's a 0-cost non-attack action that gives +3 to a lot of attacks we have, because it's elemental or lightning. So just a really, really great pump spell. And finally, the gloves I said we're upgrading, Stubby Hammers. This doesn't work on a lot of things, because a lot of our cards we are looking for 4 or more attack power for 0, because those are the kind of things that are hard to block. So Stubby Hammers doesn't work on those, but it does work on anything that's 3 or less power, which is like the Overload I mentioned. And then just in general, we do have a lot of attacks that do have a base 3 or lower with things like Arcanic Shockwave, so the yellow one. So we do still have a number of attacks that this works on, so we can potentially, if we use it on the right turn, actually boost more than one attack. So it can potentially give us more damage than Mark of Lightning does in its worst form anyways. So that's the changes we made to the Briar list. So if you do see this video and you're like, Briar looks fun, I want to build Briar and Commoner, this is the best way to build that list right now, and it actually won't be too hurt by the loss of Ball Lightning. Essentially, you just won't have the crazy, ludicrous upsides that Ball Lightning had, where James and I would figured it out at one point, and we were capable of doing like 35 to 38 damage in a single turn if everything worked well. So we're not capable of doing really crazy things like that, but the Briar deck still plays exactly the same way, just slamming a bunch of 0-cost attacks. So without further ado, enjoy the Briar versus Lexi Pauper matchup.
All right. And Runeblade gets everything.
What are we doing?
Let's go with low roll.
Low roll? Mm-hmm. All right, that seems fair.
Seems fair. And this is where I roll.
Missing the facial expression that goes with that one, but Yep. We both rolled fairly high, but I rolled higher.
Mm-hmm.
First or second?
Now this is the question. You're a control deck. You want to go second.
Probably.
Maybe I just force you to go first.
That's rude.
I'll go second.
Okay. Oh, I don't have... Oh, that's so tragic. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good at all. Okay. All right. We're gonna keep this simple, I think. We are going to pitch a Blizzard Bolt for 3, activate Shiver, load a Blizzard Bolt, give it Dominate. Oh, that's okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to give it Dominate until end of turn. I'm going to crack Code of Frost to give you a Frostbite token. We'll just slow you down there a little bit. And then I'm going to use one of the remaining to fire Blizzard Bolt. So 4 coming at you with Dominate. Which of your precious children you're losing? Yeah, you get to draw back up. Take that whopping 1 damage, though.
Or do I?
Oh, and you're going to block with a... Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yep.
All right, take 0.
Block for 4.
All right, Arsenal card, your go. You enjoy that Frostbite token.
All right, I will pitch a Whisper.
Okay.
Hit you for 3.
Without go again?
Nope, no grand.
Did you draw up for this turn?
Nope.
No, you did not. Yeah, you can get that one more card in your hand. Well, that's the advantage of going second. Does that change your play now?
Cut that.
Oh no, that stays in.
I don't think so.
You still have this.
Yeah,
now.
that's true. Nothing changed. Cards may have shifted on the screen, but nothing changed. You know, I had to go to the bathroom.
I'm definitely leaving that in. As much as that would have been the best Briar turn to let you have, just 1 attack pass. That is exactly the turn I want the Briar player to do.
Okay, so pitch Whisper.
I feel like I've seen this before. Yep.
Play Bramble Spark.
Okay. Gets rid of the Frostbite. So next, what is it? Is it next attack action card? Any attack action card. Deals 1 arcane. Okay. Yep.
Latent Search.
So 3 plus 1 arcane. No go again. Okay.
I would have to call this before you...
No, that would be attack reaction.
Okay.
So it's after blocks. I'm going to block for 2.
Block for 2. Okay. And then I will do this.
Okay, to give it a go again? Okay.
Pitch for 1.
And swing with the sword
For
4 total.
4.
So I already took 2 off the first attack. And now I would take 4. I'll take 4.
And that is my turn.
All right. It's a lot of damage, but I think I made the right choice. We shall see.
Oh, this goes here.
All right. You good?
That doesn't matter. Yep.
Drew your cards. Okay. I'm going to pitch Overflex for 3, and I'm going to fire Chilling Ice Vein at you, fusing it with an Amulet of Ice. So 5 damage coming at you, and whenever an attack deals damage to a hero this turn, they discard a card unless they pay 1.
Oof.
2 floating.
Mm.
Five coming at you. And you did damage to me how many times? 1 off the attack, 1 off the arcane damage. And she's off attack actions, correct? When attack action card? Okay, so you have 2 embodiments right now, too.
Oh, yeah.
Embodiment of Earth.
I forgot about that. I always forget about that. You gonna leave that in?
Nope. Yeah, so you have 2 embodiment of Earths.
And that's
Okay.
5?
5 damage coming at you. And if it deals damage to you, you have to discard a card or pay 1.
Mm.
It's 5 damage? What's the worst that could happen?
5 damage, and I have to... If it hits, I have to pay 1 in order to not discard?
Yes.
Okay.
So you either have to discard a card or pay 1. Which usually means you pay with the card you would have discarded.
Right, but at the very least, the card I pay with
Yep.
just goes right back.
Yep, true. It is better than discarding. And non-attack actions block for 2 more.
Mm-hmm. I will block 4.
Okay, block 4. Take the 1.
Take the 1.
Okay.
And I will pitch. For
1. Okay, and take the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
These
Oh, wait.
explode, right?
No, those stay.
Oh,
Those
okay.
stay.
Till the end of...
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to use an instant, and I'm going to use one of the remaining... Or actually, hang on. Okay. Attack reaction step. I'm going to crack Snapdragon Scalers to give it go again.
Mm-hmm.
And then it connects, deal a 1. You pay for the cost. I'm going to use one of the remaining 2. Activate Shiver. And I'm going to put Red Blizzard Bolt into my arsenal. Give it Dominate until end of turn. I'm going to use the last remaining resource. I'm going to fire Blizzard Bolt, fusing it with Ice Amulet.
Dang.
So 5 with Dominate coming at you. And if it hits, you get a Frostbite token and discard a card and pay 1.
Wait. Wait, what? That was
Whenever
whenever
an attack deals damage to a hero this turn, they discard a card unless they pay 1.
Oh,
Includes this.
Dang.
And because this is fused, if it hits, you get a Frostbite token. I did it! We got the hand!
Okay.
This is exactly how we drew it up! The Snapdragon Scalers, and that's why I blocked with Lead the Charge. I didn't need it. Exactly how we drew it up.
So, I can only block with... Okay, so I can only block with 1 card.
Yes. Now, if it is a non-attack action, it does get +2.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you're holding. But in theory, your deck is actually pretty well built to deal with Dominate. Because, you know, Briar isn't good enough.
Mm.
Needs more going for it.
I could just take 5.
Yep. Get the Frostbite token and discard a card.
Use my other card to pay.
Well, yeah.
To not discard.
Yeah.
Card.
You could. And you actually can do things off one card in hand. Because everything costs 0.
But I'm going to have 2 Frostbite.
1. Just one.
Didn't I get one?
No, this is the only one that's giving you a frostbite token. I suppose I could have done it the other way around. Instead of having you discard cards, I could have given you 2 frostbite tokens, but...
Well, I guess in that case...
Oh, that's true, so you probably can't do anything with the card.
Yeah, I would still... Even if I had a 0 card...
And frostbite does go away at the end of turn, so if you just pass your turn, it does go away.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just glad I got to do the nuts turn. And with 2 red ones, too. Exactly how we drew it up. If I die this game, at least I die happy knowing that I got to do the thing.
I'll take the damage.
You'll take the 5?
I'll take the 5.
Okay, 14 all.
Then I will pitch an Amulet of Lightning.
Should have pitched that first. You could have paid for both discards off that one. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know what you're holding. Yeah. You kind of don't expect me to have the nuts, so... But I'm very good at apparently drawing the nuts. It helps when I put all those cards up my sleeve.
Yep. Okay. Then it's my turn?
I'm going to arsenal a card.
Yeah.
You definitely don't know what that card is.
Nope. I definitely don't, because I don't remember. So I do not have this.
Alright.
But I do
have a frostbite token, yep.
And then I...
Oh, yes.
Arsenal this.
I wanted to do that the first turn, but actually my first turn I had no ice cards in hand. So I actually had everything I needed to do a Chilling Ice Vein turn. Although, patience was a virtue because I ended up getting the red ones instead, so... Kind of worked out.
Pass my turn and draw, or is it draw and pass turn?
Pass your turn and then draw, okay. Yeah. So you arsenal the card and then draw up and the frostbite goes away?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. So, first off, once per turn action, I can turn a face-down card in my arsenal face up. I'm going to flip Amulet of Ice, give you a frostbite token.
And we're back.
I guess we're gonna play the Amulet of Ice. I guess that's probably my best play here. Yeah. I'm going to pitch Chilling Ice Vein to activate Shiver to put Headshot into my arsenal. Face up, right? Yep. Face up. Good. Perfect. I'm going to give it Dominate.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use the one remaining to fire Headshot. So 6 coming at you with Dominate.
And it's just 6, right?
Yep. Just 6. No effects or anything like that. I got a pretty good draw this game. This is what Lexi needs to fight Briar.
Yeah, see, this is what I wanted to feel the previous game that you guys didn't see. But I didn't have that chance for obvious reasons.
What, when you were playing Lexi?
Yeah.
Oh, well that's because you went full control and you had 3 control pieces, whereas like...
And I was playing against Dorinthia.
Well, that's true. That's true. That's true. You did need to be full control.
It was defensive control.
Whereas this matchup, it's very... I could be super control, but I happen to draw an aggressive hand where I'm able... I've given you a frostbite token twice now. Or 3 turns in a row now, actually. Because the Code of Frost... Which, to be fair, that is actually how I typically use Code of Frost, is if I have to be on the play, I'll use Code of Frost to kind of ruin your advantage a bit.
That makes sense.
But, yeah, that's 3 turns in a row I've given you. You know what, though? I really appreciate your last game of Lexi, because while I did end up going well for you in the end, there was that one time that you were like, maybe I should have put Amulet of Ice in my arsenal so I could have flipped it for the Frostbite token. You're right, it's great. Yeah, it's great.
Yep.
I love it. I don't even need to ever crack it.
Can't do that with Lightning Amulet.
Although Lightning Amulet's got its own really cool stuff to it. Since it does give go again, which can be
What
good.
is this hand?
That's what we want to hear. And you don't have any pump defenses this time.
Maybe I should
I even want to...
And you said I shouldn't go Ironhide.
Well, I don't think you do want to go Ironhide, but I suppose it would have been good against the Dominate. So maybe there's an argument for it. Do we have Ironhide Helm in the sideboard?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's basically 3 pieces of Ironhide.
Yeah.
In the sideboard.
I guess that makes sense, since we have Crown for the Null Rune, and we do have the Null Rune boots too.
It's just 1 right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Block 2. Take the 4.
Yep.
All right, down to 10. This may actually be a much quicker game than we thought.
Maybe.
All right, I'm gonna arsenal a card, and it's your go then.
Forgot I had this.
Okay, that's unfortunate, in a way. Kind of messed up my hope, but I'm having a problem you did not have. I am definitely having said problem though.
Okay, I like that.
I don't. I have something else going on though. That's kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna pitch a Minnowism.
Okay.
To play a Bramble Spark.
Okay. Frostbite gone. Yep. Now 1 arcane damage added onto your next attack. Yep. Next attack action.
Yep.
But presumably one of those is coming.
And I will play Ravenous Rabble.
All right, flip it. Let's see. Amulet? Nope. Oh, is that a 2? Okay. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
3? 3 coming at me?
3
Would go
plus
again.
1 and our.
Oh yeah, 3 plus 1 arcane. Yep. I will take the 4 down to 10.
Take 4. Okay.
10 all, and you have 2 embodiments already.
And then. Yes, thank you.
Before we forget again. Yep. And what's coming up? Can it crackle? So another 4.
3 plus 1. Wow, I don't like that.
Take it down to 6.
I don't like being able to do so much damage. It makes me scared.
You got a 4. I don't know if it's the right choice, but this is a sweet hand.
Well, you know,
but I
one
need it
thing
all.
that I'm gonna draw into my hand.
Yeah. If this one card was blue rather than yellow, I could block there, but sadly that was not the case. All right. Well, I'm gonna. Oh my god. I'm gonna play a lead the charge. So give my next attack action, or my next action card with cost 0 or greater. Go again. Or well, I gain an action point when I play it. Yeah. I'm gonna pitch Headshot for 1, and I'm gonna fire Flake Out. 5 coming at you. Not fusing.
Not fused.
Tragically, okay. I very much wanted to fuse it. This turn would be way, way better if this yellow card was a yellow frost card or ice card, or if that had been an ice card. Either or. That was kind of what I was banking on. I arsenaled that, hoping I would draw ice, but I've had 2 turns this game out of 3. 2 turns out of 3 that I could not fuse ice, which is kind of problematic. You did not seem to have this problem, but me.
I didn't have that problem because I wasn't.
You weren't drawing straight gas, I suppose. Ugh, those embodiments could make this turn so much worse.
So that's 6, right?
Plus 4. It gives plus 4 to your non-attacks.
Yeah. I don't know why I said plus 6.
I don't know.
It's probably because I'm gonna block with a card that.
Block 6.
Yeah.
Okay, take 0. I'm gonna pitch Hamstring Shot for 2. I'm going to activate Shiver, load a red hamstring shot, give it Dominate. Fire the hamstring shot. 5 coming at you with Dominate. Pseudo Frostbite.
Maybe I should have saved it for that.
Maybe.
Food for thought.
Man, if I had an ice card, that would have been so good. I could have cracked Amulet of Ice to make you discard cards. It would have been so good. I might be dying at the speed of fast. At least you weren't able to Rosetta Thorn last turn. I don't know who's going to win this game, but they're going to win it pretty quick.
Okay, so it's 5.
We're really seeing
Dominate.
the aggro side of this. Yeah, 5 with Dominate.
Block 2 of it.
All right. Take the 3. Get your Pseudo Frostbite.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you're still in the lead. By 1. Let's see that first, I think. Not that I will, but... Alright. Here you go.
Oh. This is gone. Get out of here. Okay, I have Pseudo Frostbite.
Yeah. Yep.
That's just the first attack, right?
Yes. The first card you play.
True. Is it
First
card?
activated ability or card you play.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's how you've been paying for it with Bramble Spark.
Mm-hmm.
But it also affects activated abilities. So technically speaking, your Hope Merchant's Hood costs 1 right now.
Ah, that's weird.
And your Sword Attack costs 2.
Then I might as well spend it on something that's not that expensive.
Pay 1 or pay 2?
Pay
Or you're
pitching 2.
Yep.
To pay 1, I don't know if I should keep this or not, but I'm just going to do it.
Okay, just for 4?
Yeah.
4 coming at me? I will block 3.
Block 3?
Take the 1.
Okay.
And does that have go again? It does
does
not. That's like the one thing that doesn't have go again.
Yep.
Normally. Okay. That it?
Yep.
All right. We've made it relatively unscathed
Maybe I should have
through
kept
that
the
turn.
Ravenous Rabble so I could have go again, but then I would only be swinging for 1. Who knows? I don't know.
2. You wouldn't get the active like
yeah,
the arcane,
2.
but it would be the 2.
I keep forgetting that swings for 2.
Yeah. Yep. It's not like Nebula Blade when you can't activate it. Which, again, is probably why Rosetta Thorn is most likely the best for playing weapon.
Until they add something into the next set.
True. True.
That's just going to be like, you thought Rosetta Thorn was good.
Did I really even need Bullseye Bracer and Honing Head, man? I am drawing very well. I'm just going to put that out there. We are seeing the better part of Lexi here. I'm going to pitch Chilling Ice Vein for 3. I'm going to activate Shiver. Oh, and you have an embodiment right now. You have 1. Because the attack did connect.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to activate Shiver. I'm going to put a red Chilling Ice Vein in the yard and give it Dominate. I'm going to use one of the remaining 2. Fire Chilling Ice Vein. Fusing it with Polar Blast. I fused an ice card. I'm going to activate Amulet of Ice. So target hero discards a card unless they pay 2. Woo! We're going off! Choo-choo!
Well, you know what I'm going to do?
You're going to pitch a 3 cost?
I'm going to pitch an Amulet of Lightning.
Okay, and pay the 2 with 1 floating.
Yep.
And if this hits you, you have to Discard a card or pay one. You have one floating.
I guess I don't have to... Wait, no.
What?
Yeah, they're separate things. Okay.
Yes, they're separate things.
Yeah.
So that pays for this. And if this hits you, you'll have to pay one more.
That has Dominate?
It does have Dominate.
Okay.
5 coming at you
Which
with
means
Dominate.
I can't possibly block it. Now between these two.
You know, I think Honing Hood is better than I give it credit for.
Yeah?
I'm just thinking about a possible application of it.
Okay.
We'll see.
I feel like
it may be on display this
it
game
might
at some
be
point.
coming up soon.
It might be. It really is actually going to depend. Hey, at least you don't have any frostbite this turn. You finally get to go into a turn without having to pay extra for your for your cards.
But I'm only gonna be able to play one of them because I'm gonna have to block with one, discard another, and the third one.
Well, no, you're not gonna have to discard another because you can pay for the discard.
Oh, that's true. Right, I forgot.
Yep. Okay. That was a very, very good card for you to have for
Mm-hmm.
the paying. I forgot I put Cold Foil Amulet of Lightnings in that deck.
Yeah, I saw the other one before.
Yeah, it's marked. That one's marked.
Cold.
Yeah, that one is marked because I was tracking them in my collection too, like as if you could actually confuse whether it was a cold foil or not next to other cards. But you know,
I mean, is there a non-cold foil
and
version?
yeah, there is.
Okay.
They're an old hymn actually. The Amulet of Isis. I have foil ones in there.
I think it's just. I'm thinking that it's not because the ones that we got as promo.
Those ones are cold foils.
Those are cold.
Yes. Whereas
Okay.
if you pulled them out of a pack, they're regular rainbow foils.
That makes sense.
Which why the old hymn ones are pack ones, I think. Although I may have put the gold foil Amulet of Ice in there too. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, 5 would Dominate. Block 3 of it.
Mm-hmm.
Take the 2. And pay for the extra one with the amulet, I assume.
Yes.
Alright. Arsenal a card your go. Again, definitely don't know what's in my arsenal. Okay, interesting. Okay. So, okay. Okay. I don't think we're going to have to do the cool thing.
This is kind of a mediocre turn, but I'll take it. Leave the turn.
Okay. Yep.
Yellow Arcanic Shockwave.
Okay. So I don't think this turn's as bad as you think it is.
I said mediocre, not bad.
Well, because you can still do something after this if you crack the Iron Weave. Because I think you just met the condition to crack Iron Weave, right? It's a non-attack and a attack action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means your
I see. Yep.
Which means your Rosetta is actually powered up.
Mm. I knew that. I just forgot that I had to pay for it.
What problems are you gonna cause for me this turn? And Briar is attack actions. Okay. Block 2.
Okay. So you take one.
Down to 4.
I get one of these.
Yep.
Then I break this.
Yep.
Gain 2.
Oh, wait. Oh, yes, because you lead the charge. That's, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay, yep. It just hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, that one doesn't have go again. But I'm like, nope, we did the math. You played lead the charge. Yep.
That was why leader charge was there.
Yep.
Gain 2.
Swing with that. 2 plus 2 arcane. Block the 2, take the 2. Go to 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Okay. I'm wondering if I should have used my Mark of Lightning.
Would have put me to 1.
Yeah.
Would have put me to 1. You would have had to use it on that.
Yes, I know.
But
it's already passed. I'm just wondering.
I don't know. We'll see.
Find out.
We'll see if that matters. Yeah.
Yep. I get another embodiment, right? No. That's
only attack actions.
Attack actions. You're right. That's why you said that before.
Yep. I was trying to decide if I should double block that to prevent you from getting an embodiment, but I would go to 1.
Yeah.
And technically speaking, if you thought about that one, then you would have to force me to block the next thing, and it gets messy. Because then Mark of Lightning would be lethal. we don't want that. I can't block that damage. All right, I'm gonna pitch Winter's Bite 4/3. Yes, this is great. Oh wait, hang on. We're not pitching anything yet. First off, once per turn action, turn a face down card. I'm going to flip Polar Blast, give you a Frostbite token. Right. I hope you enjoyed your one turn of not having a Frostbite token. Now I'm going to pitch Winter's Bite 4/3, and I'm going to play Polar Blast. So you may pay 2. If you don't, my next attack action card this turn gains Dominate, and if I play it from my arsenal, I draw a card.
Okay, well...
Are you paying the 2?
How much do you have open?
2 resources floating, 1 card in hand, and I will be drawing another. Not sure how I feel about that.
No, that was a... Oh, I didn't realize that. It's a shame, but... I think I will pitch a Ball Lightning for 2.
Okay, we will take that. So I don't gain Dominate automatically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'm gonna draw a card. You would have been more cool at a later date. All right, using one of the remaining 2, I'm gonna put Flake Out in my arsenal and give it Dominate, and I'm gonna use the last remaining one to Flake Out.
Okay, so it's 5.
5 with Dominate.
Dominate.
That is terrifying that you pitched Ball Lightning.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the right play, but because I don't know what the rest of your hand is, but Ball Lightning does present lethal.
It probably wasn't the right move, but...
I'm trying to think how I live through that.
I didn't want to block with it, because I think I'm going to have to.
I mean, that is true, because it blocks for 0.
Mm-hmm.
But technically speaking, if you just go to your turn and play Ball Lightning...
So I can't even block with it.
Well, you can actually block with it, because it has a block value. Unlike Instance.
Yeah,
but it would do nothing.
Yeah,
unless you had something that pumps it.
Yeah.
Which...
I do not.
Yeah, you don't in common. There are cards in higher rarities that would work with that, but would it still be worth it? Probably not. But in theory, if you could keep enough cards in your hand to pitch and pay for the Frostbite and Ball Lightning, that does kill me. Because if I don't block, it kills me. But if I block, you could Mark of Lightning, and that damage would do extra. And I would die. Because I can't block that damage. Technically, I am presenting lethal right now, though.
Yeah. I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think. It's possible.
What? Would it mattered if you kept the Ball Lightning?
Yeah.
Okay. I will take your word for it. I don't know what you're holding.
Mm. Yeah, because of the Frostbite token.
Sure. I will take your word for it.
Mm. Which is why.
I don't know what I don't know what you're holding, but I do know you're blocking right now. Because otherwise you're dead. Take the 2?
Yep.
All right. Do I? I mean, I guess I do. Yeah. Arsenal card.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
This goes. Pitch a lightning surge.
Yep. 2. Can it crackle? It's 3 plus 1. It's so unfortunate. This turn would be so amazing if I got to keep all these cards. I need to keep that. That I need to keep. Block 3. Pay the 1.
Maybe it would. Maybe it did matter.
Ball lightning would be lethal. Ball lightning would be lethal. Because ball lightning's an elemental, so you can crack Mark of Lightning. Right. And I can't arcane barrier the Mark of Lightning. And because of ball lightning, the Mark of Lightning would deal 2. Which would be lethal.
Well.
That said, you have what, 1 floating? Oh, Arcana Crackle also does not have go again. Haha!
Yeah.
Technically, ball lightning's on the bottom of your deck.
Yeah, but I was just looking at that and realized.
Yeah. That said, I don't know that I can kill you. Kind of, ugh. This turn would be so amazing if I got to keep at least 1 more card in my hand. But
okay, so you blocked 3 and took 1?
I paid for the Arcane Barrier. Take 0.
Okay. Yep.
Take 0.
Dang.
Haha! That said, I don't think I can kill you this turn, so... Tragically. Which means I'd probably die next turn, but who knows. Alright. Pitch Polar Blast for 3. Icing counter. 6 coming at you, and if it hits, you get a Frostbite token. Handful of ball lightning, so you can't block.
That would be bad. This is not quite that bad, but it's pretty bad.
It's all of your block for 2s. It's your block for 2s and a ball lightning. Although, again, that would not be bad for you. Empty-handed, 1 resource floating, no action points. I was wondering when you pitched the ball lightning if that meant you had another one in hand.
That would be nice.
Although I was hoping you wouldn't pay for the Polar Blast, because then I could pump Flake out with exactly that instead of giving it Dominate. Or I was hoping that I could draw into an ice card so I could fuse the Flake out so that I didn't need to give it Dominate. And it would have been awesome if, instead of drawing the card that I drew, if I drew the blue Winner's Bite, because then I can make you discard a card and fuse, which would be sweet. Or I suppose maybe not in that order, but...
No go again, right?
No go again.
Okay.
1 resource floating. Ah, that is what it was. Lead the charge and 2 Bramble Sparks. Okay. Take 0. Yep. Well, that's your go then. What can you do with 1 card in hand? From Briar, I'm actually scared.
Nothing much.
If it's a ball lightning, I'm dead. That's still true. Scar for Scar. I have more health than you, so it doesn't have go again. But it's 4 damage coming at me.
Not that I can do anything with go again.
What do I have here? I have this. Okay. So...
Lethal.
No, I need this because I have to do that. I might be able to kill you next turn. Wait. That does not work, though. Shoot. I keep having such cool turns coming up that you prevent me from doing.
I'm glad.
Well, I'm not. Okay. And that lets me do both of these. Well, I guess that makes the most sense, right? Oh wait, no. Okay. Block 5.
Okay. Take nothing.
Alright. I'm gonna crack Honing Hood. As an instant. Return all cards in my arsenal back to my hand, and then put a card from my hand face down into my arsenal. It's not what I was thinking that I'd be doing that for, but this works too.
I have a feeling I know what you're doing.
The answer is I'm trying to kill you. If
Okay.
I didn't have to block with that searing shot, if I could have blocked 2 and lived there, I probably could kill you next turn. Sadly, that is not the world I'm living in, but... Alright. So, I'm going to activate Lexi, and I'm going to reveal the Polar Blast that I just put into my arsenal and give you a Frostbite token.
That's what I had a feeling.
And I'm going to lead the charge for 2, and I'm going to use Polar Blast. So you can pay 2, or my next attack gains Dominate. And since I played it from my arsenal, I get to draw a card.
And
One
you have
floating.
one floating. This is garbage.
I may have cheated my way into winning by you not keeping that ball lightning. We will see. We will see. Do you pay the 2? I realize these Polar Blast and like discard effects are actually more brutal against your deck than a normal one. Because of Ravenous Rabble, you have to have mostly one resource cards, and that makes it hard for you to pay for these kind of things. And I didn't think about that aspect when we were building it. Always hope Merchant's Hood to see if you can get stuff with more resource. If you're holding a ball lightning that you want to go into next turn with. Because you're still 1 ball lightning away from killing me. So if you need resources to pay for ball lightning, plus ball lightning, and then 2 things to not die this turn. But you're holding all 1 cost. There is the possibility that Hope Merchants draws you to something.
A yellow card? How likely? How many have I already...
Well, there's not a ton of... Or there's not, like, super few yellow cards.
Gonna draw, like, all ball lightnings, and then I won't be able to block.
It's true. It's true.
That'd be a funny way to die.
That would be... and all 4 are still in your deck. Because you did pitch the other one. So it went back in. It's there somewhere. Are you doing it? Yeah!
Okay.
Big money, no whammies. Hope Merchants flip. I don't know if this will get you what you need, James, to live.
I don't know either.
But you know what? You will. If you die, you go out a brave little toaster. And you know.
It's not likely to be worse than what I had.
Yeah. Well, see, that's kind of what I figured. I don't know what you're holding, but again, if you have a card that can pay for ball lightning and a ball lightning, like that's all you need to go into next turn with to kill me. Because Ball Lightning is an elemental card, I believe, or a card you can crack this for. I'm not entirely sure. It's an elemental or something, right? A lightning or elemental attack. So yeah, Ball Lightning is something you can crack the mark on. And if you do, I do die because Ball Lightning will boost its damage, and I can't block the damage. You just have to survive this turn and do that. Did it help?
Well, I'm gonna pitch an Amulet of Lightning.
Okay. Alright, so 1 floating, and I don't get Dominate. Alright, draw a card. What do I get? That does not do what it needed to do for this to work. Okay, so I have 1 floating. Okay. I use the 1 remaining to put...
Which turn is this from?
This turn.
Okay.
This turn. It was because I flipped the Polar Blast in my arsenal.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Put Hamstring into my arsenal and give it Dominate. And then pitch Salvage Shot to fire Hamstring Shot. 5 with Dominate, and if it hits, you get essentially a second Frostbite. Was that enough? Is that enough to stop you from killing me next turn? Or to kill you this turn? 2? Take the 3 and die? What are your last 2 cards? Minnowism? And Ball Lightning. Okay, so you wouldn't have been able to kill me with a Ball Lightning with a Hamstring Shot anyways. Because it would have made it cost 2. Well, I mean, you should have won. You should have won with the other Ball Lightning.
Would that have worked though? Because
yes.
It's not. It just adds 1 damage on.
So whenever, let me make sure I'm reading this right. Whenever a lightning or elemental action card would deal damage this combat chain, instead it deals that much damage plus 1. So it doesn't matter if it hits. You just play it, and then if I block it, then you can crack Mark because I've blocked it, and Mark makes this deal damage. So this would boost it.
Okay.
So then Mark would hit for 2, and I can't block it. So, sort of Lexi win, sort of Briar win. Which I guess is as best a game as we could have.
I think it's a Lexi win because they're,
I think you could have paid for Ball Lightning, but I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
I'd have to look back when editing. But as long as you could have paid for Ball Lightning, it does kill me, regardless of how much power that Ball Lightning has.
Now, this is a good sign. It means that we built the
2
Lexi
good decks.
Yeah.
And we built 2 good decks, and the Lexi deck was a little bit more us having to think hard on the deck building, I feel like.
Yeah.
Although I do think I drew incredibly well with this Lexi, this Lexi draw. Like, we did play 1 game before this with both of them on the Briar. Both decks won.
Separately.
What they played, yeah. Briar beat Dash, and then Lexi beat Dorinthia. And it was a little bit weird. You did have to play more control into the Dorinthia matchup than I did in this one.
Yes, that was super control.
And you don't know how close I was to killing you on multiple times, but you just required me to block 1 more time. Because this actually loads my arsenal for free.
Right.
So there was a turn where I had that Searing Shot, where I could both pay for load and Hamstring Shot, and then also Searing Shot 0. So I could have used that Lead the Charge, paid for everything with a Polar Blast, and I could have loaded I could have loaded Searing Shot, fired Searing Shot, loaded Hamstring Shot, fired it with Dominate.
I was worried about the Searing Shot.
And the thing I was thinking with Honing Shot, that I said there's some neat applications I didn't think of, is I had a turn in which I had Polar Blast here, and I was like, I had no ice, I had like an arrow card in hand that fused with ice. And I had nothing else in my hand yet because I hadn't drawn. So I'm like, I might actually go into my next turn, flip Polar Blast to give you the Frostbite token, and then Honing Hood to put it back into my hand, put the ice arrow here, and then fuse with the Polar Blast. But then I drew 2 ice cards, so I was like, all right, well.
Save it for later. You did do it eventually.
Yeah, but that was what I was thinking. Was what I could do with it. And then instead it was even better because I did it on your turn because I had Lead the Charge in my arsenal, so I was able to put that in my hand, put Polar Blast, so I could give you the Frostbite token.
I think the Lexi deck has a lot more synergy than
it does.
I thought it did.
It does. It does work. It does some real work, especially when you draw the red half of the deck, which you didn't do so much in the game it did win, but you also kind of didn't need it to.